What is charge and current? The best way to explain charge is the ability for something to carry energy. When we're talking about something, we're talking about very small particles. The smallest particle we know is called an electron. Electrons are negatively charged with a charge of -1. They can carry energy, and they can't be created or destroyed. Because electrons are so small, we can't talk about single electrons, so we tend to talk about bags of electrons. We call these bags of electrons coulombs. For example, when you go to the shop, you don't ask for grains of sugar, you actually buy bags of sugar. If you want to move an electron, you can place something with a negative charge beside it. Knowing your knowledge of electrons and the charge they have, what do you think will happen if we put this negative beside this electron? Will it move towards the negative charge, or will it move away from the negative charge? Because negative objects repel each other, and the electron is negative, it will move away from the negative charge. You may notice that if you have a negative charge at one end, you will by default have a positive charge at the other end. This causes the electrons to move from the negative end to the positive end. This is what we call an electric current. An electric current is a flow of charge. There are two types of current. Electron currents are where particles flow from negative to positive, and conventional currents flows from positive to negative. We know that conventional currents don't actually exist. We used to think something flowed from the positive end to the negative end. However, this was before we discovered electrons. And once we discovered these, we realized that nothing was going from positive to negative, but in fact things were going from negative to positive. It would have been too difficult to rewrite all the books and the rules, so we kept the idea that current flows from positive to negative, and it all works fine. Current is measured in amps. The number of amps flowing in a circuit is the number of coulombs that pass a point each second. So 2 amps would equal 2 coulombs passing a point every second. Using your knowledge of current, what is the current in a circuit where 12 coulombs pass a point in 2 seconds? Pause the video and press play once you've worked it out. The current is 6 amps. Because 12 coulombs pass a point in 2 seconds, therefore 6 coulombs must pass a point every second, which means the current is 6 amps. This is summed up in a formula. Charge equals current times time. Charge is measured in coulombs. Current is measured in amps, and time is measured in seconds. The symbol for charge is Q, the symbol for current is I, the symbol for time is little t. And that is the end of the video.